Look at those beautiful bars.
Bars.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh.
That was like a mixture of like a shit and you blowing your
A
nose.
shark?
A shark.
Oh,
The old wet shark.
The coveted shark?
a sheeze.
Ooh.
A sneeze shit.
A sneeze.
A schneeze? Is that what you call it?
I don't know. A
Schneeze.
schnit.
I just take a
schnit.
schnit.
A schnit.
A schnit.
I gotta go take a schnit.
God damn it.
Oh my god. All right, you got your fucking notes, KP. Did you find them? Jesus fuck.
Bring the noise.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Tardy to the Party. It's your boy J Sib. To my left, as always,
Kevin Crunch.
and to my right, as always.
Double.
Now, if this is your first time, Tardy to the Party is just three nerds gathered around talking about all things nerd culture, pop culture, mainly centered around the three holy trinity: DC, Marvel, Star Wars. But we talk about other stuff as well. Whatever tickles our fancy. However, to start off today, to start off, how's your boys' week? How are things going?
Bad better.
We had a stressful start to this podcast. We're starting like 2 hours late.
At least.
Very much 2 hours late because of my
strong 2 hours.
damn computer, apparently. So.
How about you, Bull? How was your week?
Relaxing. Easy. Birthday week. Last Monday. Took off the first 2 days of the week because I felt like it.
Because it was your birthday week?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck.
And I worked from home the rest of those days.
Yeah, 2022.
I'm tired. It's been a stressful week for your boy. It's been a busy ass week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I feel that, man. That's kind of, I don't know. Half of mine was like that, and to be honest, the other half, it's like, God, what do I do with my life?
oh god.
Yeah.
I know what I do. I watch TV and watch my cat entertain itself, and it's pretty comical, so.
We did have some highlights this week, though. Some big news. Had a really good episode of Rings of Power and Andor, which we will get to later. To start off, usually we start with DC news. Really don't got nothing for you this week.
Yeah, it's dead, just like
there's been a bunch of weird rumors
Yeah.
and shit this week, but nothing to really gravitate to. So we're just going to skip DC this week. Because, actually, we got
dead.
some DC news in the form of Marvel. Let's talk about Blade. How's it feel? You thought you were getting the multiverse saga, but instead you got the DC saga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't feel
that's-
good.
No. It was pretty sad to see. Even from not a
Yeah,
fan.
so apparently, the actor that plays Blade is, according to, again, the Birdverse of Twitter from Culture Crave.
According to reports.
Right.
Allegedly.
Alleged reports. The actor's mad. He's like, why is this movie taking so long to develop?
You
They
announced
only
this shit
have
3 years ago.
They only have 9... Yes. So they announced it forever ago. He's off screen, but he's in the end credit scene to Eternals. Like, he talks as the... Like,
Oh.
you know it's him.
Right.
It's Blade.
Yeah.
But to get back to this,
Best part of the movie.
90-page script. That's it. And apparently it's got 2... How did they word it?
I think they literally just said like 2 fight scenes or 2 action scenes.
They-
lackluster. Or something.
Lackluster.
Oh, yeah, lackluster,
was the
yeah.
term. That was it. Yes.
Yeah, 2 lackluster battle scenes.
Culture Crave also went on to say that it's because Feige is apparently stretched too thin.
Yeah, stretched
Because
too
he's
thin.
trying to maintain one successful cinematic universe and save the other that Disney kind of screwed up with a recent movie trilogy. It's a third of our show, so.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
I feel like the
you
prequel
love
trilogy
those
has
movies.
grown on me as the years have gone on. I don't know.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely.
Oh, that abomination of a trilogy. Yeah, I deleted that from my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because I feel like he was a really, really good pick for Blade. I mean, not that he's leaving the project, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. You wonder how long he's how long he's gonna wait though. Like they announced, he came on stage. What was it, at Comic-Con or was it D23? Yeah, it was like 3 years ago.
Well, that's what sucks, dude. Is like COVID like delayed everything, and now like these movies that were announced forever ago is like, okay, well, like we didn't really. I mean, we didn't stop. I mean, yeah, we slowed down, but it's like, man, where's this stuff at?
Dude, most of the smartest movie makers during that point were just going straight to streaming and just waylaying people with royalties.
Well, that's the other thing with Disney. Yeah, is Disney just wants to make they want to take projects that, like we've criticized before. It's like, oh, this would have been better as a movie, or you could sit and say like, oh, this was definitely filmed like it should have been a movie, but they just make a television series out of it. But now we're let's move on to some other cool things though. At least they're doing the reverse with Armor Wars. It's just going to be a movie. I like that. I really hope it's because Don Cheadle is high profile enough to just be like, hey, like, I'm not doing a show.
Honestly, I hope it's because they heard the feedback
You would
from all the Disney, well, not all of the Disney, but some of the Disney and Marvel shows. Just like, a lot of this is just filler, bloated bullshit. Like, you could have trimmed a lot of this fat here and just made it into a fucking movie. But you had to milk your fucking streaming service. And you know what? Props to them as well. Apparently, they're releasing Armor Wars theatrically as well. They're not doing it, like, straight to Disney+. So props to them on that as well.
Yeah. If they started doing that kind of stuff with the MCU... Well, at this point, I'd just say, like, well, then stop making them series. Just film it as a movie, then release it on your platform.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hopefully,
Disney will.
Hopefully, somebody smart enough was there and like watched it. If it's even close to being done, I don't know where it is actually in its process. But if they looked at it and just like, this really doesn't need to be a series. We can just cut this down and just make it a good movie. Because clearly they like. I don't know. Clearly, there's something there that they do like, but I don't know. Good for them. Hopefully, this is them. Yeah, like you said, just doing the reverse of Kenobi. Just
the problem.
This was supposed to be a movie, but we're going to stretch this to some meaningless fucking show until the last 2 episodes.
People. So the problem is people.
Sorry, Jeff.
Just won't like as long as the subscription numbers are there. It's not going to go away. I mean, as much as we just think it's bad.
I respect it. Got to keep that subscriptions going. But going back to Blade, though, they were supposed to start filming like 6 weeks from now. And also, you forgot to mention that their director left as well.
We'll give you this. I mean, we shit on DC quite a bit, so we'll get.
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. Let's do this. This is the biggest blunder they've ever had. This feels so good. I feel so bad for the.
Hey, you know what? They release their bad movies.
I feel so bad for the main actor, but God, it feels so fucking good. Just
$300 million in.
They spend $300 million.
And a part of me really wants a domino effect here because there's no way they're going to get this started and film on time. So, are there any other projects that are linked to Blade? Are they going to have to get delayed too? Are they going to become the new Aquaman and Flash and Shazam, where they keep constantly getting delayed and no one knows why? Oh, God, I hope so.
But they're not DC.
So I can just come every week and just be like, oh, how's the DC saga going, brah?
It's not DC.
Kevin Feige stretched too thin. He's leaving after Secret Wars, by the way. He gone.
Making a Star Wars movie.
He gone.
2024.
And you can thank the new head of Disney for that.
He's still going to be around.
What is it? Chapek, whatever his name is? Nah, he's leaving after Secret Wars. He lost like all of his power as soon as the new guy took over. So
peace.
He's out. He'll be gone. Where will he go? I'm not saying he's going to go to DC. I think that would be a lateral move. I think he would just make his own production company at that point. He gone.
Had a good run.
He's spread too thin, bro. And the empire is falling, Kevin. It's falling.
I mean,
Maybe-
he
maybe
chose
like-
to
maybe
let it.
As the hierarchy of the DC universe
could've
is about to
He
change.
probably
maybe like a chip off the block. I don't
he
know.
probably should have told Disney, "No, I don't want to go save Star Wars." But they probably made it as a threat to his job, and were like, "Well, you're going to, or we'll just replace you." And he was probably at the time like, "Well,
Probably shouldn't.
I'm trying to ride out this cash cow that I've got going. That's like 30 movies in the making."
Is Feige involved in the Star Wars universe? I did not know that at all.
God, he stepped over to help them out. I think, right after Rise of Skywalker, because they were like, "Oh yeah, we screwed up."
Yeah, pretty much. Mop up the mess.
Oh, I actually wasn't aware of that, but
Yeah, he's got a project for like 2024, 2025, that area. Some project that's been completely untalked about.
so
Hey,
you
Kevin.
you want to talk about the reverse of the Blade news? The hotness that was.
Hugh Jackman.
The fact that Ryan Reynolds is the GOAT,
Yeah, bro.
and he finally got him to do it, because that's what happened. Fox didn't get him to do it. Bullshit Disney money, just the FU money that Disney has. Definitely, no way. How old is he? There's no way.
Dude, that fan art.
Did you see like how much of a difference there is in his body size?
Oh, he'll get jacked again.
Yeah, but that like the way they do it.
Where there's a pin, there's a way, dude. Just juice it.
Oh God! Don't you put that on Hugh Jackman?
I put that on every celebrity ever.
God.
Every
Okay,
celebrity
so
ever.
he's 54, but I still feel like Ryan Reynolds got him to come back. He even said
sure.
it has to be it has to be a multi-movie deal. It has to be that they will end up in either Kang Dynasty or
Secret Wars. I'm hoping that it's a 2-movie deal. It may only be just for Deadpool.
well, Secret Wars is just the show. They're doing that as
that's Secret Invasion. Secret Wars is the next Avenger movie after.
Oh,
Kang
that's
Dynasty.
right. Screw them.
I hope Hugh Jackman comes back for this, somehow gets taken over with Deadpool into the MCU, and he doesn't show up again until Secret Wars.
I would also hope
That would be
that's what they're
great.
doing.
But
And
it also could be just this movie. It could be that.
He said though in the past, like he said after Logan, that he would never want to play the character again unless he got to be in an Avengers movie. So that's the only reason. The fact that he's like quoted saying that in an interview is why I hope that it's really a multi-movie deal, and he will be in at least Secret Wars. Kind of want him in both.
Yeah, dude.
Because I feel like the Kang Dynasty is going to be... They're literally going to replicate Infinity War and Endgame, where Kang Dynasty is like... The Kang variants are going to win.
And they're gonna come back
And then they're going to come back during Secret Wars, or like during Secret Wars, they're all going to realize like, oh no, this Kang guy's just an asshole.
Yeah, dude.
From all their respective universes,
He's
they're
just a
all
fucking
going to say
prick.
like, oh, this Kang dude from our universe that's telling us that all these other versions of either us or him are bad guy. Oh, it turns out like, no, he's just the asshole in every universe. And then like 60 A-list tier actors in one shot.
Hell yeah, dude. Give it to me.
Everyone's back.
Give it to me.
It's like Super Smash Brothers on the Switch.
All the colors.
You got
every
all
character.
the colors and everybody.
Oh God!
All the different color variants.
I thought you were gonna
Across
say
the
like,
board.
I hope it's like the Super Smash Bros. Movie, and I was like, yikes!
Whoa. What? This is a thing?
Oh, dude, I hope it is.
So
The
there's
old one. There's a new one coming out too with Chris Pratt in it.
Oh, you dude.
Dude, the
not
old one.
That's not Super Smash Brothers. That's fucking
Oh, Super Mario Brothers. Sorry, that's what I thought you said. And I said Super
Oh, I
Smash.
said
I don't know
Super
why.
Smash
Yeah, I
Brothers.
don't know why.
No, we got really
Just think
pumped
of
for a
Mario.
second there. I was like, it fucking needs to be a thing. Fucking
Right,
Super
I was like,
Smash
what the
Brothers,
hell?
movie?
I was like, what the hell is he talking about?
They just beat the shit out of each other. I mean, come on.
Make it Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, but more
Or-
kid friendly.
Yeah, dude. Or make it really dark, like Kirby.
Oh, God.
Get Kirby like super dark, like when he like swallows the people. Like that would be some dark shit. but-
X-ray vision of the digestion.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, it'd have finishing moves.
Jesus fuck. So, fuck yeah, Hugh Jackman's back.
Fuck yeah.
That's
The video tweets were hilarious. Both of them.
Yes.
If you watched both, because
Yep.
the second one was better. Because then they like start talking about it, but then they play music over it, and the subtitles just have a bunch of question marks. And
Oh,
it shows him
shit.
like he's like claws. and he points
Dude,
at
that
his
was my
head.
favorite part. Just that, he's like,
Oh man.
he's just the greatest marketer in the world. Did you see his ad with the fucking CEO of Arizona Tea in like Mint Mobile?
No, it
I
doesn't.
think
He
so.
owns stock in Mint Mobile. I've seen the Mint Mobile one. I think he owns part of Mint Mobile.
He like has one with like the CEO of Arizona Tea and how Arizona Tea's price change of like a tall boy can has
That
been
sh-
has
that
been
sh-
99 cents since like 1992. And he was like, "Oh, the same here at Mint Mobile. We will always be $15.99 or $15 a month for great cell service, whatever." And he eventually like takes the can. And he's like, "Oh," before he was like, "We're gonna infuse Arizona's with us, and like so like we keep that standard." So he starts just pouring the Arizona tea on his phone. He's like, "Yeah," and he just is staring at the camera, just like this. And then like the CEO brings up like, "Oh yeah, we have a new like power drink or energy drink or something like that," and he squeezes the can and tosses it. He's like, "Give me that." And he like takes it and he like right back. I was like,
Oh my
Jesus,
God.
you're the fucking best, Ryan.
It's incredible.
I can't wait to see their interactions together on screen. And it would do me really, really. I could die happy if I don't care what version. Just give me one of the Spider-Men in that movie. Just I need to see a Spider-Man and Wolverine interaction and Deadpool. I just
You might
I
be
don't-
reaching.
I don't care if it's Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland. I don't give a fuck. Give me one of them. Even if it's for like 10 seconds.
Would you
Just
take,
give
would,
it to me.
Would you take a masked none of the above, like an entrance like that, just a little bit?
Or one of the actors doing the voiceover.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Then if no, still is that a no?
I'll take that, I guess.
Yeah.
Just give me the voice.
What if there's
Just
no voice?
just canonically give me them interacting with each other. That's all I need.
You'll probably get it in Secret Wars if our theory holds true.
That's fine.
I can see.
That's
I
fine.
can see him doing that. Oh, or
Tease me with it in Deadpool,
Or-
and then give it to me in Secret Wars. That's even better.
Yeah.
That is better.
well, I mean, I think Tobey
hard
Maguire
tease.
is supposed to be in both.
See, I've heard the rumors about that. I don't know if that's actually confirmed, but I have heard the rumors about
I
that,
heard
which
that.
would be.
I heard it was
Awesome.
confirmed that they're going to bring him back for both
Is it?
of those. I thought.
You're the Marvel guy, not me.
I think
supposed
I
to know
brought
if this was
up
confirmed or
brought
not.
Just dabble.
I brought this up.
Just
We
dabble.
talked about.
Risk.
I think we talked about this rumor like a couple weeks ago. So yeah. So I mean, there you go. Like if that rumor holds true, and then if our theory is correct, then maybe we'll eventually get those three meeting.
That would be so hot.
In the age of the multiverse, anything is possible.
Honestly, I really want the original Netflix series version of how they did Matt Murdock. I want that Matt Murdock and Daredevil to meet Deadpool and Holland Spider-Man. But
Yeah, you're
that
you're
one's
probably
apparently gone though.
not. Yeah.
But
It's on
don't
Disney
know,
Plus still, but it's
because yeah. So might as well. Do you want to go into She-Hulk real quick? I mean, still no Daredevil.
Yeah, sure. We
Yeah.
could talk about She-Hulk. Actually,
But-
before we go on a tangent, did you like the episode though?
This episode, I was
loved it.
dying laughing.
I
This
really-
was this
Loved
okay.
it.
So one show we're gonna talk about. You said it perfectly. This week's episode was definitely the best of the series, and that's how I feel like with this She-Hulk episode. I thought this episode was the best one
Yeah, absolutely.
I could. Yeah,
in
it's up.
terms of the comedy, like which is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a comedic show. So I just found myself rolling laughing at this episode.
Yeah, I agree. The humor in this episode was far better than most of the humor in the series.
Dude,
I
when,
agree.
It was genuinely
Like-
hilarious.
Yeah,
They
it
go to
wasn't too
his-
much, there wasn't any of those reaching moments where they're just trying to make something funny that just will not be funny.
Hmm.
No,
Everything just flowed perfect. It was
the
awesome.
actor that plays Blonsky did it perfect. Like
He's so
the
great.
whole like he's on a nice estate compound. It's just like super nice, and he's like
with the gate.
the gate, and like he's got an all white suit, and he's just walking around as like this like free spirited monk basically,
Right.
and and he's just giving like the whole therapy session just
gold.
gold.
Dude, like they called today's episode like the League of D-list villains or something like that. I was like, that's so perfect.
Right.
Like they just put that squad together. Bull Boy, like what Bull Man or whatever they call him.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's Bullman, and then there was Porcupine.
Just you got
who's not the Matador guy?
it's Matador, and then like Manbull. There's a vampire.
Oh yeah.
Because the Matador is like L something is his name. What it's L.
I can't remember,
Yeah, I can't remember. Either.
but it's so funny. They're just
I'm a
they're just,
swashbuckler.
look how codependent they are, and like
I don't think it's very healthy.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It
God,
just.
so funny, dude.
I will say I do like how they've had a reoccurring theme throughout the series of like Jen or She-Hulk like trying to figure herself out and what her value is on herself and She-Hulk.
Just taking it step by step, man. One episode at a time.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like that theme finally like really like hit home for real here. Like they like actually knocked it out of the park in that whole therapy session.
She got played.
She
Yeah,
did.
Yeah, which we all saw coming. But
Damn,
which
that's cold.
I'm kind of
It's cold
confused.
as
Like
ice.
he
That's
sent
cold,
he sent the emojis with like the needle and shit like that.
So he
Like
took her
really?
he took her blood.
Like you did with that big ass needle? Where the fuck is it?
Shit, who knows?
And why'd you
Well-
take a creepy ass picture?
With the flash on while she's
Yeah, with the
sleeping.
flash on. Like, come on,
Thought
dude.
old
rookie
dude-
shit.
Thought old dude was just bragging to his boys, and then I saw the needle, and I was like, oh no.
smash She-Hulk.
He's just trying to get fucking juiced up too. See, everybody's doing it now. Even when the actors aren't.
It's also like, wouldn't
Wonder
she?
if they'll
I'm also
tie it
confused. As
in.
like, wouldn't she like notice? It's
Right,
not like
'cause
it's not
the
like she
needle
was in
was
She-Hulk
huge.
form, so she would feel that big ass fucking needle going into her. And I feel like the whole point of that big ass needle was to be able to stab her when she's in She-Hulk form.
Maybe that was just in case, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it'll tie in though to so the whole plot of Falcon and Winter Soldier was this dude made a super soldier serum and he created other super soldiers.
Which
So
does-
now they're
does
gonna have a
make sense.
Captain America 4 movie, and the antagonist I think is the
the leader.
leader. So maybe that's who's trying to get the serum is him.
That's been the theory.
Oh, really? It has? Like, I legitimately didn't research that. I'm just, like, connecting, like, okay,
Yeah.
how can they... Because, like, that's the thing with the MCU right now is feeling a loss of, like, connections.
You're
now,
finally seeing it for what it is. Okay, that's
Well, I
good.
just
Open
mean
your eyes.
between
Keep 'em
the-
open. Keep 'em
you
open.
know, the current, like, movies and series.
Just right to the gut. Any chance you get. Wow.
You got, like, 6 movies.
What do you mean?
Calm
What do you mean? You know what we got? We got the
Uh,
fucking Dark Knight, bitch.
down. Yeah. But that's not a
They're
part of
good.
your shared universe yet.
Oh God, I hope not. Leave that alone. No,
Oh, ruin it.
leave it alone.
Ruin it just like
They already ruined it with the third
DCU.
movie. Let's be real. It never was a trilogy.
Yeah.
It's just, you know,
But
begins and
nothing. I've got nothing else Marvel. I've just got one other just random thing that I think's kind of cool.
what's up with that?
What's that?
So they're making another Planet of the Apes trilogy.
Okay.
So they already showed the like concept art for the new one, which is called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And like, my God, at this point,
many,
Can we get the name shorter?
How many ofs are there going to be in this?
How
one
many
title?
of those do we need in the title?
Leader of the kingdom of the planet of the apes.
Yeah, at this point, it's
Oh, that's my spaceship laptop taking. Sorry about that.
Jeez.
But no, seriously, on the titles, like shorten it up, something. I don't know. But I don't
is
know if you
Reeves
guys
still involved?
liked the what?
is Matt Reeves still involved?
Oh, that's a good question. I bet he's not.
Because if he's not, I don't give a fuck.
Say
I'm just
he's-
kidding, I'll still watch it.
I bet he's not. And I
That was really quick.
well, I mean, it's kind of. It's, I mean, going with a new director, it's like, okay, can you live up to the standard that this other one kind of laid?
Right.
It's a tough task, but
And the thing is like, what the hell could it even be about? I mean, at this point, it's like the last trilogy showed you the entire prequel of like the humans basically all die, or like what? So the new trilogy is now how you guys get like totalitarian and authoritarian, and like you enslave them.
they go to space.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'll probably be some political thriller, you know.
they go to space. They
Political
the
thriller.
apes build spacecraft, and then they go to space with their astronauts, and then it's a reverse of the fucking Mark Wahlberg.
And then it's
movie.
a crossover.
They go through a wormhole, and it's just like they land on. It's reversed. They land on a planet with all humans, and they're like, "What the hell?"
Or, hear me out.
Yo,
We finally cross them. Jurassic Park or Jurassic World and Planet of the Apes.
oh my god! And then Caesar can ride a T-Rex. Duh,
Take my fucking money.
genius.
Put it on the board,
And they're at
people.
war,
That it's
and they're
going
at
to
war with
happen.
Chris Pratt. I haven't seen the most recent Jurassic Park. I heard
Neither
it
have I.
was
What
god
was it?
awful.
What was
I
the
heard-
last one? Dominion or whatever?
Yeah.
Is that the one where they bring all the people back, the original
Yes,
actors?
the
and stuff?
originals. Yeah.
You heard that was bad?
I heard it was.
That's why I didn't watch it. I
I
didn't want
heard
to
it
ruin
was.
anything.
Heard it was real bad.
I heard. See, I've
Made a
really-
bill though.
dude.
Yeah, like
It made a
a
bill.
lot of money.
Dude, initially I heard it was good, so I was gonna go watch it, and I was like, dude, if I go in here with like any sort of like hope, it's just gonna ruin.
I can't afford it to be
Don't
crumbled.
give me hope.
But no, that's really all I had. So yeah, Marvel news, not fun news. Fun for you because you're a hater, but
What do you mean?
yeah.
What do you mean? What do
I
you
thought
mean?
all of those were. Hey, for me, all three of those were banger of news right there.
Yeah.
The
that's-
Blade news, while it's slightly sad, welcome to the DC saga. Armor Wars, great to fucking hear. I don't want
we're
to sit
screwing
around
up
for
one-
8
we're
hours
screwing
for
up
2
one
hours of
movie
content.
out of like 35.
Oh, just you watch. There'll be a domino effect.
Oh my
Deadpool 3.
God.
Oh, that news was so fucking hype. Take my fucking money on that one easily.
Fucking for real.
But over
That's
to
like
you,
the
Bull.
most agreeable thing.
Any Star Wars news of the week?
Well, I think we did miss something from not too long ago, and I don't even know when it was announced, but Mysteries of the Skeleton Crew. I'm seeing that as a confirmed thing on several different sites. Jude Law starring in this one, apparently, allegedly, and I don't know how because it's supposedly about
It's a big
4
name.
kids getting lost in the galaxy and finding their way home.
Ooh, do you think he'll be the father of the
Just-
really uptight Boy Scout guy in Andor? Guy who likes the piping in his suit. I swear, in some angles, I'm like, you just look like a knockoff Jude Law. Oh, I hope he's his dad. Then that would be awesome. Give it to me. Yeah. Do they have a plot synopsis on it?
No, there's really little to be found out about this, or at least that's been talked about anyway, other than just the basic plot. And then apparently, a couple days ago, they released a video of one of the stunt shots. Somebody looks like they're riding a speeder in partial stormtrooper gear, and then they take a shit off the side of the cliff. So
Oh shit.
Oh, okay. Jude Law is now in Star Wars.
dude, and I don't know, man. like I'm so used to like the people like getting cast that were nobody. There's sometimes like Skarsgård. There's a few others that pepper in this through the series.
I wouldn't say Skarsgård was a nobody.
No. I mean like he
He's the
instead of
exception.
those- Yeah, he's an exception. To
He's
that
the
rule.
exception.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like a few others. Back in the day when Guinness, Alec Guinness, he was well-known actor. They didn't want to do that initially, but Jude Law, Didn't see that coming. Didn't see that coming.
It's a good actor.
They
though.
really liked him in the Captain Marvel movie.
Hey, you know what?
That's got space and stuff
Yeah.
and lasers.
Lasers and
Oh,
boom
God.
boom and,
And a
it's light
chick-
speed and stars.
And a chick that can't die that flies through space looks like Goku.
Let's go.
All right, I
Super Leia.
I watch the movie all the time. Not all the time, but I watch the movie a lot.
Super Leia.
Hey, when you get to that,
Super Leia.
That's what they called her forever, dude.
it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Jesus.
Shoot. Well, found out. Let's see here. Who? Somebody was saying. One of these actors was saying that. Oh my God, he wanted to be a stormtrooper in one of the movies. I'm trying to look up who it was.
Daniel Craig.
What? No.
I think that was the thing. I feel like that was a thing. years ago.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, I think there was a thing, but I think he's already apparently been a stormtrooper.
I think in the
I think in the new the
in,
shittology.
I don't know about that. Jason Sudeikis was one in Mandalorian.
I don't know.
Oh, he is. Apparently, he's a stormtrooper in Force
Force
Awakens.
bang. Mike, here.
Bang, bang.
Let me drop my mic.
Let me just, unhook all this and.
I can't find it. Yeah, he basically wants to be a stormtrooper that hits his head on a door as it's opening.
Oh, he's the stormtrooper that Rey uses the mind trick on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But outside of
What's
that,
up? I got Star Wars knowledge too, bitch.
Oh my god.
yeah, other than that, it's just a whole bunch of cheesy stuff from Pedro Pascal.
Ooh.
Bunch of
Pedro
cheesy-
Pascal?
Uh-huh. Yeah, the Mando.
He's in the Last of Us.
And Mando.
Well, because I think Mando's like gonna be.
That trailer
getting done
looks so
with.
good.
Yeah, no.
I know you guys didn't play the game at all, but
I'm going to though.
did you
now that we
guys
talked
did
about
you guys like the trailer of what you saw earlier
Hell
for
yeah,
the
I
Last
watched
of
it
Us?
again.
Yeah.
I watched it again after.
I'll
that.
watch it.
I'm
It's on
really
HBO
excited
Max,
for that.
dude. It's HBO
Yeah.
Max.
Creme de
The
la
gold
creme.
standard. I
Gold
agree.
Yeah.
standard.
I agree.
It really
Gold
is
standard.
the gold standard.
Yeah, you know.
God, it looks so good though. Just the fact that there are like certain shots that are directly from the game. I'm just like, oh fuck yeah, give me this, and please be brutal, be fucking brutal. Oh, it looks so good.
Well, if it's on HBO, at least they don't have their hands tied.
That's
I mean,
true.
hey,
So
that's true. They can go balls of the wall, and I'm pretty sure the writers of the game are like pretty heavily involved as well, and the writer of Chernobyl, which. I haven't
That's-
watched that show, but
it's
I've
good.
heard tremendous things about
It's-
it.
I've not
excellent.
watched it.
And I've like, isn't that a kind of like about like a post-apocalyptic like after a nuclear bomb or something like that?
No,
Well, it's after the town in Russia.
during and after the.
Oh
Chernobyl
yeah,
disaster.
Chernobyl, yeah.
Like it kind of
The
like
nuclear
it kind
power
of leads
plant.
up to like how it happened and like how they kind of tried to cover how it happened up and everything like that, and then kind of the aftermath.
And then there's mutant zombies and stuff.
Wish.
Oh damn! All right.
There will be now.
Yeah. Now that we said that, somebody's listening.
Trademark.
Yeah.
So other than that, do you guys want to do Rings of Power first or Andor?
Do Rings of Power.
Rings of Power.
Oh, thank fuck, boys. Thank fuck. I was getting so worried about this series.
Well, we didn't do the episode before.
Oh yeah, we got to do 5 and 6. That's right.
I mean, 5 was like.
Which yeah,
I
nothing
thought
really
we did.
No, we didn't. Because you guys hadn't watched it yet because we filmed on Friday last week.
Seeing as though they kind of.
Well, 5 was more of the same though.
It
was,
literally was like 4 all over again, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
God damn it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like 4 all over again. I remember that because I remember we had said the night before how, hey, let's not have like one more like plot development on this island for Galadriel and Ellen, all them.
Yes.
And then that's what it was.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we're still here and still talking
I think
about
the
where
only-
we need to go, but
isn't
not actually fucking going there.
Hey, it's like fucking the real world. Everybody's politicking and nobody's getting anything done.
That
True.
is true. I will say, I think the one cool thing that happens is that the Maiar that's with the not hobbits, but they're hobbits, halflings. Are they actually calling themselves halflings? I think so.
Wait, what are you talking about? The heart or the Harfoots?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Harfoots.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's what the entire race is called.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they heard
No.
them say halflings.
Well, I thought the Harfoots.
Well,
were like they were like a
Harfoots.
clan.
They are technically halflings, but
I
yeah,
thought
they're
the
Harfoots.
Harfoots were like a clan. That was Clan Harfoot.
I mean,
so
it's kind of complicated because they're not technically hobbits yet, right?
right.
Yeah, they're just from a different area, and like they had
They're.
different.
I think they're getting up to the area where they make Hobbiton.
Yeah, because there's multiple groups in each. That from what I've read into a little bit, and it could be complete bullshit. I don't know, but like the Harfoots were like 2 or 3 different halflings, as like the humans call them in the beginning. A couple different families to each of those different
Yeah.
Harfoot house. You know.
I mean, I was just gonna say, I believe it was last week's episode, like where they get attacked by the giant, not like the giant wolves or
Yeah.
boars or whatever they are, and he like
The CGI.
wargs.
he like slams his whole arm onto the ground, and it like knocks him back with a shockwave,
Mhm.
and then his
Then his hand's all fucked up.
yeah, like his arms broke and
Oh, fuck.
bloody.
This is why I need a staff.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
no shit.
actually like that. Yeah, yes. So that's what I was gonna say is like that was kind of cool because it's like, oh, that's him realizing like, oh, I need a staff. Dude, it's gotta be Gandalf.
I've been thinking that this whole time.
I mean,
I don't know.
it seems like Gandalf, especially with like his connection to fire and stuff like that,
the bugs
and
Talking
the
to
bugs too.
talking to
But
the fireflies.
it's just, I mean, I personally don't care because I'm not a big like Tolkien snob, but I just know he's not supposed to apparently show up in this age. He doesn't show up
No.
until the third age. But
Well, no, he shows up at like. Because again, I think he's supposed to technically be on the Battle of Mount Doom, but he
Or
is
whatever.
not. You are correct though that in the original like writings, he is not. I called him the Maiar. The Maiar, like he's not. He's one of the last ones sent. They send 5. So first it's Saruman. And
I'd say I've heard that Saruman is actually the first one that gets
Saruman
sent.
is the first sent with 2 others that they're not even like named in the appendices. It just says other blue
Blue wizard.
wizards or something. And then basically when they don't help the overall fight against Sauron, then the powers that be over in Valinor send Radagast and Gandalf, who don't want to actually come because they're afraid of Sauron. Which makes sense, like, even if you kind of think of the Gandalf character, even in Lord of the Rings, like, you never really want to, like, directly go toe-to-toe with them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down for it though. I mean, it's an adaptation at the end of the day, so.
yeah, hell yeah.
But no, the episode before this one was, like, pretty much more of the same.
It was
And,
it was like, yeah, like literally episode 4 again, but just slightly better. Like I was like, all right, yeah, I'm
I'm
ready to go. Can we start going downhill now, please?
Like, yeah, like I'm here with you, but you know, I'm starting to drag a little bit.
About to say, is there even anything else of note in episode 5? Really? I mean, I'm sure there is, but it's just
Just
been 2
more of,
weeks of
like,
like
the-
more
it's
politicking and
the politicking
Numenor.
on Numenor. That's all it is, and it's...
So did Elrond and Durin do anything on episode 5? I know they weren't in episode
Oh,
6. I
so,
felt like something
yeah.
between them was pretty good.
Is that the Mithril?
That's where
yeah.
it's revealed that Gil-galad, they knew that the dwarves had found it
hmm
somehow. Who the hell knows? Like, that's... So they revealed to Elrond, like, that's why we actually sent you there. Like, we thought... And then, like, that's what fans are actually kind of ticked about is, like, apparently the way that they wrote that of like how the Mithril was basically created in the rock of the earth is like that's breaks the actual canon from the books, but I don't really know in what regard because
Hmm.
I don't know that much about that.
Yeah, I
specific
read a lot
thing.
of people were pissed about that, but
Yeah.
I'm not that, like I say, I'm not that far into it. I'm not a
I'm not
Tolkien
that
guy.
attached to that thing,
Yeah,
so.
I'm about to
Excuse me.
say, all I care about at the end of the day is just, is it a cool, entertaining story? And just give me some hotness like you did in episode 6.
hot.
Finally,
Oh, yeah.
finally, like, all right, boys, the roller coaster's taking off. Let's go. We're dropping.
Literally.
From 0 to 100.
It just,
Yeah, actually.
for fucking real, dude. It's crazy.
first off, what is it? Is it Adar? Adar, the villain.
At ours, yeah,
He's-
the undone.
He's so fucking cool. Oh, also, apparently, the title Udin of the episode, I guess that's like Black Tongue for like basically their version of like the underworld or hell. So
Yeah.
kind of makes sense at the end when, you know,
Yeah.
basically fucking spoiler alert. Mountain Doom basically pops off. I would assume that's Mountain Dew popping off for
I
the
was
first.
gonna say, I wonder if that's how they're gonna spin that. Is that supposed to be Mount Doom?
My
now?
first thought. Yep. That's I mean, you can see even just by the effect of how everything's raising up because the water went down and how it's positioned, it just looks like it.
Yeah.
That was so cool. And then you'd see all the fucking flames and rocks just fucking flying out of there, just obliterating people in town. Just
I'll say, yeah, this
the
series,
heroes are losing right now.
Yeah,
this series is not scared to get a little like violent. I like it.
Oh,
Like,
dude, hell yeah.
I do too.
yeah.
I'm kind of glad that they don't shy away from it.
I like,
Right.
dude. They showed a full cauterization, like right there, like blood's spouting out.
Yeah.
and they just get a hot stick, just burn her. Like, and they just like, all right, hey, I'm here for it. I'm with you, but usually that's not something you'll catch.
And then you got fucking Galadriel riding on the horse, fucking doing side spins, fucking murking orcs, cutting their fucking head off and shit. I'm like, elves are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He's just asking. He's just, who is that? And he's just, yeah, that's the High Commander of the Elven Army.
And then, fuck, I always forget the other elf's name.
I was actually sitting there and like how Lord of the Rings and all of it, just real quick, how it like ties to real
Arondir.
world history. I was sitting there like I'm watching like Galadriel do all this badass shit, and I'm like, huh, and she's bringing over the men from Numenor who eventually make Gondor, and like that Gondor is basically like, so Lord of the Rings is really just World War One, just fantasized, and Gondor plays France. So I'm literally sitting there watching Galadriel, and she's like trying to be this big ass hero, and I'm like, it's Joan of Arc. She's Joan of fucking Arc,
Oh my
bro.
God.
I'm like,
no.
she's bringing the French army to whoop some ass.
How do you feel about the shoot? What is it? The theory behind the show rushing, and I'm like, all right, so
Oh, excuse
yeah.
me.
So-
What?
so-
anybody
so-
said this show's
well,
rushing?
but here's why they said it, and I was thinking about it, and I couldn't really reason, because that was such a long episode, the one before, where they talk about why they weren't trusting her, that the orcs are back, they weren't trusting her. Then all of a sudden, bam, 5 ships, 500 men, take them, get out. Like,
Oh yeah.
they said they're like I think they were like, what was it? As much time as you spent developing this show, a little character development would be nice.
Well, I mean, she
Situational
did
development,
go
rather.
to the library they had in memorandum to Elrond's brother. So then she discovers some stuff in there that I guess for whatever reason like maps out how they know, oh, this is where Sauron's coming back.
Yeah, because the mark,
So there is like
the
a
mark
plot
basically maps out
development
Mordor.
motive, so
and there's that, and then you also get the thing about the queen or whatever her title is, her dad and being sick and all that stuff. And then of course you get the weird swerve at the end where she goes to leave and he's like, "Don't go."
yeah. But they looked at the Palantir and
Plus, then yeah, of course she
it
also
might
has
have-
like all those visions and stuff. And
well, the problem though, like that's the thing is like, so they have a Palantir, and it's like, is it just like the one though from Lord of the Rings where those are all like basically touched now by Sauron and his minions, and it's like, are they seeing something that's real? That's actually, is it really a future that's gonna happen, or is it him like trying to project images into their brain to get them to choose a wrong decision, which, like as we saw with how the last episode ends, it's like maybe he was doing that just to lure them in to kill them there with that volcano.
Right.
And
It's true.
and also the reason why she flipped the script on wanting to help Galadriel was once the leaves started falling from the tree.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Because
Gotcha.
that basically, because they were a nation that used to support and work with elves. That's why they got their extended life like they did, right? And they got the tree, which gives them.
Well,
So
yeah,
basically, the
Elrond's
leaves
brother,
falling was
like, helped with
basically
the
showing to
civilization.
them
Evils.
the gods like
Yeah.
disapproval of what they just did, because as soon as they denied Galadriel and they walked outside, like all of a sudden the leaves were all falling like right afterwards. So she kind of in her head was like, "Fuck."
Wrong. Made a boo boo.
Yeah, what actually, you know what was really nice about this episode? They actually concentrated on one fucking party instead of jumping around between three.
You don't. This episode is just the two plot narratives of what's happening in the realm of men. It doesn't touch the Maiar with the Harfoots, and it doesn't touch Elrond or Durin's story.
Which is a negative for me.
Yeah.
I think their like whole friendship is like my favorite thing about the
Yeah.
show. I love
I-
anytime they're interacting with each other.
I will
Me
say
too.
with this episode though, I enjoyed it so much. Like I actually didn't even notice until it was over. I was like, "Oh, they didn't even show us like these two whole other plot lines."
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand though. If that makes you upset, I get it. Cause it's, yeah, you kind of want to know. It's like, well, let's check in on them. What are they doing?
Yeah, let's just do a
See,
little side panel there. Get back.
But like I said, I welcome the change of pace. I wish in this whole series they would have just maybe done like 2 at a time each episode, and then maybe just like interject to get the third one in there for the next one. Do 2 and 2. Maybe in like the first episode or 2, introduce like the 3 storylines, and then maybe go interchange them 2 at a time. But
Especially with an hour of time to play with.
yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. So I just hope next week's episode isn't just an episode all about the fucking Harfoots. Jesus fuck.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that so far. But
It's
all
like
part of it.
that whole storyline is like dread. Oh fuck it. Potential Gandalf does something cool, get you hyped for a little bit, and then it just dread. Oh, something cool finally. Oh no, I'm going back to boring again. So hopefully, at least if they do, hopefully potential Gandalf starts popping off. Maybe finds a staff.
And hopefully they like run into forests with the damn Ents. Where are the Ents? Where
Oh,
are the
dude,
Balrogs? Where's everything?
the Balrog's got to be coming. Because I think they showed the Balrog in one of the trailers, didn't they? So, I
They
mean,
did,
he
and
gotta
then
be
when he's
coming.
telling the story about the Mithril, that's showing how he's fighting a Balrog.
Oh yeah.
They're both after the tree.
Plus, I think the whole point of the mine collapse was a Balrog roar. So I
Oh,
think
really?
before it collapsed, I think if you listen, there's like a, and then like it's like shakes. So I think that's the whole. I think it's the whole thing of like how they get in trouble with the Balrogs in the first place for digging for Mithril, as they dig too far, which then
Yeah, it awakens them.
the Balrogs. Yeah. What? Great episode, finally. Hopefully they keep this going for the last, we got 2 episodes now because there's only fucking 8, which makes me sad. I wish there was 10 now, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I thought
But-
I had for some reason thought there was. And Hearing
And
you say
then-
that just made me a little bit more depressed about.
Yeah, sorry, only 2 more episodes, which has kind of got me nervous that
And they-
we still do have those other
But
2
they've
plot
already
lines.
greenlit season 2, so.
Did they?
Yeah, it's on here. So I
Oh,
mean, there's
shit.
only one episode is like and that makes me. I think IMDb usually does this when it's greenlit, so
Word.
and honestly, like they'll make a second season.
I think they said they had like a 5-season plan or something like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's good. It's getting better, so fuck you out of that. Now moving on to some more hotness. Andor. Thank fuck. Thank fuck Disney Plus is doing something right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Andor. I mean, this episode for me was about as much of a bridge episode as you could possibly make one.
What? I really liked this episode.
I don't know.
Well, dude, okay, I'm totally open. Tell me why I love this episode. Tell me why. Yeah, I do. You don't. Dude, I'm the man you have to convince. That's the easiest
Skarsgård,
thing.
man.
I get that. I like
Dude,
that.
the scene where he's like
That'll make the
changing
episode.
character, putting on his new clothes, and then he just
That
like looks
was-
in the mirror and he like, I'm like, dude, oh, so good. Like it just
Yeah,
like
that's so good. That
like-
yeah,
it's him like getting into his like new character, just like a small little touch. Just love
That
that
was-
moment.
he becomes a totally different personality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I kind of love that, and it all kind of like made sense too when you find out he like is undercover as like selling like artifacts.
yeah.
So it like kind of like buys into the whole thing of like why he searches for this stuff in the first place to kind of do his cover up. but-
Dude, coolest.
And then you
part
meet
of the
Mon
show.
Mothma, or however you say her name.
Yeah, Mon
Yeah,
Mothma.
Mon Mothma.
Yeah,
Yep.
fucking nailed it.
I love that. I love that we are getting to see
Yeah,
more of her though.
Yeah, I will say it is actually very important to get her and her backstory in it.
Because dude, she's always there. She's always there.
I will say too that at least we got to call back to old prequels. Finally saw Coruscant. I was hype.
Yeah, that was honestly,
I
yeah, I popped for that a little bit too.
I
I was
saw
like,
that.
whoa!
At,
I was like, oh, we're finally back.
dude, and like one of the
Like-
ground, and like one of the ground levels too. You saw him like get in a vehicle and like
Yeah.
like he's like like Coruscant is like hundreds and thousands of like layers,
Mhm.
and like at the very bottom it's like
Scum.
the scum of the earth, and the top
Scummy.
ones are for the senators and stuff. So it's like the fact that we get to see one of them, like never have before. Somewhere Mace Windu, R.I.P., is down there, but
Somewhere.
we've never gotten to see it.
Might see him again one day.
Oh, I almost guarantee it.
They'll find a way.
Tales of the Jedi, anyway. I mean,
True.
no, it's it was good. I mean, it was good in the sense of like the way that the show's been done so far is really good. I mean, it's been well done, well acted. I think it's been put together pretty well, but not amazing by any means, but more than I'm used to seeing from like the shoot 'em up Star Wars. Like this is kind of more, like you say, dark, ominous, all that. And you have to
Yeah.
have a little bit more effectual acting.
And I like how
For
you
that.
get like the new, militaristic, spearheaded government power of the Empire, like at the Round Table.
Yeah,
Like, basically, yeah, who cares what they're doing in the Senate anymore? Because these are the people that actually dictate what goes on
yeah,
now.
I think what I really like about this show is it just doesn't spoon feed you everything. Like,
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
dude, coolest thing of the whole fucking
Like,
show.
I even just like the
I got
whole
you.
whole thing where she like walks in, Mon Mothma walks in, acts like she's buying something for her husband or whatever, and then it's like slowly you're like watching the scene play out. It's like you can tell she like doesn't trust her like bodyguard, and then you see like Skarsgård's like co-worker like drag him away from her as he like slowly like moves the conversation to get it to a point where he can logically get them to go in the back room to where they can talk in private, and then it's revealed they're working together.
And it's
just
and his
like,
whole
I don't-
persona
like-
just dropped, it changed.
Yeah, and it's like, yes, exactly. And he was
Yeah.
right back to what's his name, Luthen.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he's always Luthen,
Luthen
but
Rael. Yeah.
I just I really enjoy this show. It's completely different from all the other Star Wars like movies or shows we've gotten.
Absolutely.
In Star Wars, as much as I love like the original trilogy, and I still kind of like the prequel trilogies in a way, just because they were the ones when we were kids growing up, so I still kind of have a soft spot for them.
Oh,
But they spoon feed the fuck out of everything in Star Wars movies.
A lot
Well,
of
yeah.
a lot of things.
A lot.
Because it's family
That's-
friendly. It's majority meant for like a whole family to watch.
It is. But that's what I really appreciate about this, because I really don't like stuff that spoon feeds you, because I'm just like, yeah, I get it. I'm not a fucking bumbling idiot. Like, I can pick up on context clues and stuff. Just move.
Right. Yeah. And
So I appreciate that this show does not do that. It's just it expects you to pay attention and pick up on stuff like that.
well, and the beauty of it too is that like we talked about last week, it's all new. You know, I mean, like we get our people we know. You know, that's Star Wars forever, but it's all new information. Like this is all new shit. You know, Luthen Rael didn't exist until in the Star Wars universe until this show. You know, we're learning all these new people, these new groups. You know, all these different socioeconomical environment at that point with the Empire and where they're at. You know, and then of course the start of the rebellion and how they have to kind of scrounge and eat off the floor and eat roots and shit. You know?
Yeah. And
But-
then
But no, it's completely untouched territory for the creators to go in and do exactly what they want. And that's why I think it's so much different because like you say, the spoon feeding. What are they going to spoon feed you? You know, I mean, the small sample size that we have.
well, and it's also like you also can in this show, because it's kind of like, I mean, it is kind of like a political thriller, like spy espionage type
Yeah.
show. So you can't really like you're kind of giving away the plot if you're doing that type of stuff. But like even this other storyline that's going on with this like Imperial commander or whatever that like was having beef with the other one because something was in their sector,
Well,
but it fell under her guidelines technically.
yes.
It's like that's also potentially interesting too, just because of how. Well, it's also interesting of just like obviously they're hammering home the point that the Imperials are just so fucking arrogant. Like they look at
power
like-
over
like-
everything.
Yeah.
what are they compared like outliers or like the potential rebels like to a disease or something like that.
Mhm.
Like,
oh, yeah. Rebel scum.
but like what's also going on with that, because this is like an espionage spy show, so it's like I feel like one of them motherfuckers is secretly a rebel. And who is it? Is it the one that blocked her from being able to
Probably.
go there, or is she the one that's actually undercover?
Yeah, and I mean,
like,
and I would
That's interesting to me too. I'm trying to figure that shit out. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
well, especially when Mon Mothma is trying to get someone to join the circle. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, right when they drop that in there, coincidentally with this tied into the show. You know,
Mhm.
I mean, the only thing I could say otherwise is that they're using that interaction as kind of a mature conflict, to, obviously show that this is an adult show, and you're going to have to listen to them talk about procedure and all this stuff and start to understand what they're saying to really see the conflict and what's going back and forth between them. But that's the only other. That's what I was kind of thinking initially. I'm like, okay,
And that could be it. It could just be, yeah, the Imperials are just all cutthroat, like fuck you.
yeah, and they got to show that kind of like,
And that could very well be it too.
they're competing for a promotion.
Mhm.
I mean,
Well, you've been here fucking 2 days and
yeah,
trying to climb the ladder already.
right, exactly. Now, best Easter egg of the show. Rumor. It's a rumor. I'll clear it up. It's a rumor first. But there's been no confirmation. But the suit of armor in the back of Luthen Rael's collection is Sith Stalker armor, which was worn by what's his name? Is it Galen
Merrick.
Merrick in Force Unleashed? So that's Star Killer, basically.
Oh, okay.
Basically was Vader's secret apprentice to try to kill the Emperor, but then in the game you get to choose one way or the other. You either betray Vader or one way or the other. You basically pick a path. But this is, to a lot of people, a lot of drooling at the mouth fans that want it to be real, like myself.
Like myself.
But it might be a reach because it's not technically the exact same. So I feel like if they wanted to make it like a blatant, obvious kind of thing that they're canonizing the Sith Stalker armor, they would make it look exactly like it, and it doesn't. It could be something completely different, but that would be fucking crazy for canonizing Starkiller's armor, and that opens a whole doorway for people to start chirping.
And that would be pretty sweet, though.
Oh,
I heard some people like eyeing something in the back that they thought looked like Indiana Jones whip.
I did see that.
Oh my gosh.
I did see that, and I remember what they say. He kept looking through different things, and what he say? He's like 13,000 years old. About whatever that was some weapon he handled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, those were the creatures. They're from Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah. Exactly. And
When as soon as like
Can't
he
remember
said the
what they
race, I was like, oh, they're in. Well, they're in actually SWTOR too. They're in just the Old Republic too. And I was like, oh, I know that race.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking sweet. And no, it's just got so many different ways that it can go. Like I'm even interested by the arc of the
Oh my god, sorry.
taking off again.
Taking off again.
We are in Star Wars.
Yeah, no shit. Fuck, what was I saying? Now I'm gone.
Aw.
Brain fart.
My
Brain fart.
bad.
Oh, got it. The dude from that was fired from his post because corporate
Oh, yep.
policing is done. So and then he goes back to Mama's house. I'm like, what are we doing with this?
Yeah.
I want to know what we're doing with this. Is he gonna be?
True.
Is he gonna be part of the rebellion?
Dude, he's gonna become a rebel scum.
rebel scat.
Fuck yeah.
Probably. That's probably what they'll do. He'll be like, oh, these assholes screwed me out of my job
Yeah.
just because I made one wrong call.
And then eventually he'll turn into Jude Law's character in the next series.
Bro.
Hell yeah,
Well,
brother.
well,
I guess.
Well,
Brother.
But with that, whatever that shit's called, I don't even know it yet. Skeleton Crew. Supposed to take place in the same time period as Mandalorian.
When's Mandalorian compared to this?
Mandalorian is what is it, 5 or 10 years after the
Battle
of
Yavin.
So after the Death Star blows up, it's right after the Empire's falling out of power, like falling out of power.
Yeah, Mando is like 6 years after Return of the Jedi.
Okay, word. So yeah, that ages up, right? Yeah,
That's why they
Yeah.
that's why they still have to like deep fake Luke and make him super young looking still. Because at the time Luke's only like 20 no, he's like 30 years old. So
Also, did recover who was that actor that wanted to be the Star Wars stormtrooper bashing his head on a door? Christian Bale.
hell yeah, dude.
fuck yeah.
And Flea was in Obi-Wan.
Yep.
That's
Mhm.
fucking awesome. All these like people just making snippets because they're like, at least I can say I was in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, right.
Put me down. People are gonna be arguing about these in a basement in about 20 years.
Complaining about my shitty aim.
Mhm. Damn right.
I'll say, is there anything else in the episode of note?
I thought Andor's actual plot line was just kind of boring. I mean, he's just on this
Oh my
like
God.
deserted again, another planet, and it's like these people are like, I don't know, like what, super primitive or something. It's just odd to me how they're doing this.
Yeah, I mean, it just frustrates me with this episode because of how slow they roll his training. Dude, you could have done everything you did with all of his scenes combined into one. Like each one of them was its own individual, like 10-minute, like 5 to 10 minute scene, and they could have all been squished down into one 5 to 10 minute scene. And
I could see that.
I mean, when they're sitting by the fire and they argue about the same thing that they argued about like 20 minutes ago, and then then it cuts away to something else, and it comes back, and it's like they're sitting by the fire again, and she's like, "Oh, this and this and this, learn it by the morning." Cutscene. Like,
Yeah, I will say it kind of ended a little weird. It was kind of abrupt.
yeah, what happened again? I just watched it. What was it?
Wasn't that the end? I feel like that was the end of the
Yeah.
episode.
Was that the end? When
Yeah,
they got
like,
off
that
there?
was the end.
I rest
Like
my
you just said,
case.
man, Bridge,
Bridge.
water flowing right under it.
Bridge. That's why I sent that in the group chat yesterday. It's the gif of the Golden Gate
I was
Bridge.
wondering why you sent the bridge. I was
I
like,
gotta say, outside of the third episode and some nice highlights in this one, I mean, yeah, I understand where people are loving this. They're like, oh, it's the more grounded adult Star Wars. It's like, yeah, but this is boring.
By comparison, yeah.
Like, by comparison, this is boring.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, this is.
but
it's
again,
typical,
political spy thriller, so I guess it's like,
and
I gotta accept that this is like the genre that it is, just happens to be in the Star Wars universe.
Well, yeah, and it shows two things. That or at least one thing mainly is that. The
Listen, I
same
need
shit
people
doesn't happen
talking in
every time.
Shakespeare, okay? I need people talking in Shakespeare. I don't need that. We don't ever. That's the one thing we never need again.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
I think it's just to finish up. It's boring because we have to use all this time to build up each person because we're meeting new people right now. We're still meeting new people.
And is this one 8 episodes as well,
I don't know.
or is it 10?
I can't.
You know, I hope it
Oh.
is 10 because
I think it's. Is it 10? I thought it
only
was
say-
12 because I thought there was like they almost broke it down. Like they said there was like 3 arcs and they're each in 4 arc sections or something like that.
Okay.
Or maybe it was 4 arcs of
12-part
3.
series.
Well,
Yeah,
12-part.
never mind.
Okay.
It was 4 arcs of 3.
honestly, good because like you dropped 3 episodes from the get go, and
Mhm.
like as a whole, it's like okay.
Yeah, it all kind of flowed into like we reviewed it last week, all one episode. Because it just happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm just into it because I like the character Andor. Like he's just an interesting person, and then Skarsgård's just a G.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the acting has just been absolutely fucking off the chain. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
I don't know. I maybe another reason I just like the show is you can just tell they're not on the Mando and like the Kenobi like green screen stages and stuff. Like you can tell they're in like
True.
actual locations. Like it actually feels like I don't know, Star Wars again. It feels like a big universe, but it's got this, grungy, dirty filter over it.
Yeah.
It shows other
Um,
things are going on, other than just the main stage.
I will say though, yeah, if we get kind of like another episode like this, because it kind of has been a lot of like character building the foundation overall. I will say, yeah, I think we are getting there. But yeah, things need to start getting rolling and getting popping. But the way it ended, it definitely seemed like, all right, bitch, get you some fucking sleep because we hitting this thing tomorrow. So
Yeah.
so I'm hoping
so
that
the next
it's
one
a
should be pretty action packed, is what you're thinking.
Yeah, they're
Hopefully.
trying to get into an Imperial armory. I mean,
But,
that's
you know,
fucking dope.
they could also pull like a Rings of Power episode 4 and 5 too. So
Fucking dope.
That's fucking dope.
So dope.
And their shitty ass exit strategy, just god awful. Like he's like you won't even make it to the horizon. It's so funny.
Alrighty. Well, I think that does it for this week for Tardy to the Party. If you liked what you saw today, you can follow us on Twitter at official T3P or find us on YouTube, which is probably what you're watching on right now, or listening to us on any podcast service. We much appreciate it. I'm your boy J Sib, as always, joined by
Kevin Crunch.
And a bull.
later skaters. And fuck you, Kevin.